Oh, I think absolutely. I think nobody's more surprised than the current PM at the outcome. And I think he was visibly shaken when he came out onto Downing Street yesterday to announce his resignation. So I think he bitterly regrets this decision, yes.
Do you think we're going to see the UK actually break up?
Well, I think it's almost inevitable that in Scotland they'll hold another referendum. Their argument now being that 62% of the people in Scotland who voted to remain in the European Union, so that's the path they've chosen. So they're already in negotiations and discussions with Europe. So I think that a second Scottish referendum will take place, and yes, the United Kingdom will break up as such, and Scotland will become an independent country, yes.
Mike, do you feel like that people are still experiencing a hangover after this vote, 2 days later, wondering what in the world has happened?
Yes.
Maybe even thinking, why did I vote to leave? Is this for real?
Absolutely. That's the experience that I've had and all my contacts, colleagues, friends up and down the country. I think most people are still in a state of absolute shock. I think this really has sent shockwaves through the British people around the world, and people are still in a state of absolute confusion. The way forward is very, very unclear. The Prime Minister yesterday suggested that a new Prime Minister could start negotiations sometime later, before October. The head of the EU Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker, has made it very clear that they want a speedy Brexit, and other European leaders have said so as well. So a lot of confusion and a lot of fear.
Do you have a feeling, the mood now, about who will be the next Prime Minister?
Yes, I mean, the front runner is obviously Boris Johnson, a very charismatic, very colourful figure, and he's probably has a lot to do with the fact that the vote went the Leave campaign way. Theresa May, the current Home Secretary, has been widely touted as the Stop Boris candidate. So she'll probably be part of the campaign, and she'll be ready for that. But it's very difficult to see in many ways, because the Parliamentary Conservative Party will have to trigger this election. And Boris is not the darling of the Parliamentary Party, he's the darling of the grassroots Conservative Party. So it's not at all clear that he's a racing certainty, although he is the clear favourite.
Do you feel like this is a part of a broader sentiment across Europe? Are we going to see maybe France, Italy, Austria following the UK?
I don't think we will. Obviously, there's been reaction in those countries, particularly from the shall we say, the far right or the right of centre nationalist parties, where there is strong feeling when it comes to immigration. I think that's a big factor here, and the economy across Europe is still not very, very strong. So I think there'll be cause for that, but I don't foresee the European leaders in France, Germany, Italy actually allowing any sort of referendum that the British government and the British Prime Minister allowed in the first place. So no, I don't think that will happen.
Well, what about Spain? We know they're having elections this weekend. Is this another bellwether for EU policies?
I think it is, but I think Spain's a little bit different. Whilst it is a major economy, it's not one of the most major economies. So it's not the same as France, Germany, Italy. It's not a member of the G7 or the G8, unlike the UK. So it will have implications depending on how the Spanish vote. But I don't think there will be the same amount of influence and reverberation that's taking place as a result of the UK vote yesterday.
If you like what you just saw, follow us on social media and visit our website, cctv-america.com.